Okay, today I'm going to address some of the comments about being broke. I've had a few comments saying, "You're not broke, you're a liar." Oh, it's easy to say the things you do because you have a ton of money and you're not broke and you're not actually broke. And one in particular was someone today that said, you have no idea poverty um, because being poor means you have when you're really poor, then you have no options. um, and so I'll address that one first because really the person that said that, and I'm not trying to like target this person and say, you're wrong or you're bad or whatever, but really in a statement like that you get to see someone's mindset. And anyone who says there are no options is in a victim mindset, because as long as you are alive, there are options. And when you're dead, it doesn't matter. Who cares if you have options? You're dead. You're like floating in the universe somewhere and it's fine. So while you are alive, you always have options. But if you think there are no options, you are limiting yourself. And what it tells me is that you're afraid to take any action. Because if you're poor and you have no options, or you think you have no options, then you're you're either being lazy, you have a victim mindset, or you are afraid to take any risk. And if you're poor and you have nothing, then you have nothing to lose. So you might as well do whatever you want and go for it because you're poor. You have nothing to lose. And really, it comes up to that mindset shows a complete lack of responsibility for your own position. And so if you change that mindset and you say, okay, I am ultimately responsible for my lot in life, for my happiness in life, then you empower yourself. Because then it's a matter of, okay, how do I get out of this situation which I don't like? And let's say it's poor, let's say it's anything, bad relationship. Once you give the power back to yourself, which you have, because honestly, no one gives a shit about you. You have to give a shit about yourself. That's the reality of the universe. Everyone is ultimately, should be, and is ultimately selfish first. In other words, you need to take care of yourself first so that then you can go out into the world and help others or do whatever you want. And that's a good thing, because if you rely on others to take care of you, then you're either in a victim or a bystander mode. You're letting the world take control of your happiness. And once you do that, it's not going to give you happiness because you've opted out of taking any responsibility. And so anyone, why would the world do you any favors, give you anything if you're unwilling to act or do anything to help yourself? Like, I don't want to be too negative towards that mentality because uh, we can all accidentally get into this victim mentality where there's no options. And it's not necessarily our fault. It's just what has happened to us has had such an effect that we've put ourselves in this situation to protect ourselves. The problem is, by protecting yourself, you're stopping yourself from actually getting out of that mindset and actually becoming not poor or not broke or whatever you want to do. And I'll put it to you this way as well. If you're like, no, you don't understand, you've had it good, you've had all these, the blah blah blah, the endless excuses about you don't know this, you're a liar, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're just, and all those things, which is ultimately you're just projecting your garbage onto someone else. If it's me or if it's anyone else, you don't know this, you're a liar, you're blah 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 blah, all this stuff like that. Here's the way you check that. Go anywhere on the internet right now and you will find someone who has it way worse than you ever have had it in your life and has become happy, successful. They've become better in some sort of way, and they've pulled themselves out of that situation. You will not be able to find someone that hadn't had it worse than you and has pulled themselves out of that situation. So, what are you complaining about? Go out there and figure out how you pull yourself out of that situation. That's it. Stop being a victim. Because no one likes victims. You're miserable. You're no fun to hang around with. Like it's gross in a lot of ways. So, but you need help. And I feel bad for you. And the first thing you can do is to figure out where you want to be, who you want to be, what you want your life to look like. And then even if it's one task step a day where you can take action to get there, that's the start. I've done a bunch of other videos that can help you get that rolling, and I'm going to continue to do more because that's what has helped me get out of that sort of sludge, that hole, that mindset. So hopefully that helps you there. Next, the broke millionaire thing. People saying, "Oh, you aren't broke, and you're a liar," and blah blah. And it's easy to say when you're a millionaire. And to give you an idea of, I love the phrase "broke millionaire" because it's like, well, number one, you can be broke and you can still be a millionaire. And this is ultimately my intent with that phrase, was that I am a millionaire in life. Like, the riches that I have in my life are worth millions to me. But in actual fact, if I died today and someone took my assets versus my liabilities, I would be negative in actual dollars. And so when I say broke, that's what I mean. My net worth is negative, and I don't give a shit. So I can operate this way. I have a happy life, and I mean, I'm doing things that may eventually get me out of that spot. But what I'm doing is doing things I love, and so I'm okay with that. And my what I'm passionate about is more important to me than the dollars that I bring in. And yeah, and it's my life, and I'm cool with it. But essentially, it's broke for sure. And I was a millionaire, and so that's sort of my fun with the phrase for those who will actually listen to this. But the people who are complaining will probably not. So for those of you who do, this is the explanation that I have. So this is for those people who are wondering why I called it that. And it's also so that you grasp that it's being rich is a state of mind, being poor is a state of mind. And that's all it is. And you can be financially poor and be rich in everything else in life. And that is way better than being financially rich and poor in the other areas in life. Remember that. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later.